In this video, I will explain what the purpose is of attach address to Tangle. The IOTA Light Wallet is a stateless wallet, meaning all information, such as balance and which address is in use, are retrieved from the Tangle. The IOTA Light Wallet does not store any information on your computer. The Trinity Wallet retrieves information from the Tangle, and some of this information is stored on your computer. Therefore, the Trinity Wallet is called a stateful wallet. The information provided in this video applies to the IOTA Light Wallet. When making this video, the Trinity Wallet was not released. When you attach an address to the Tangle, you create a transaction where you transfer 0 IOTA to the address. When you press the button Attach to Tangle, you transfer 0 IOTA to this address. When the address is attached to the Tangle, the transaction is always pending, as you can see here. Here is an example where an address is attached to the Tangle. The transaction bundle contains only one transaction, indicated by last index is 0. The transaction does not have a signature. The transaction references two unreferenced transactions, aka tips. See the trunk transaction hash and the branch transaction hash. The transaction has a nonce, which means it had to do proof of work. The purpose of attaching an address to Tangle is to prevent the reuse of the address's private key. If you attach an address to Tangle, you indicate that the address is in use or will be in use. A way to find a non-attached address, repeat the following steps. If an address is in use, call the getNewAddress API to get the next address. The getNewAddress API can deterministically generate addresses. Next, call the findTransactions API to check if an address is in use. If not, you have found a non-attached address. If an address is in use, repeat these steps. You can always successfully send IOTAs to non-attached addresses, but it is recommended to attach an address first before using it. Here is a demonstration why you should attach addresses to Tangle: the wrong way and the correct way. Let's start with the wrong way. This is the initial situation. This is Alice's wallet. Address 0 has 500 IOTAs. Bob and Eve both want to pay Alice 2500 IOTAs. Alice gives address 1 to both Bob and Eve and does not attach address 1 to the Tangle. In this step, Alice makes two mistakes. Alice should create two addresses, address 1 for Bob and address 2 for Eve, and both addresses should be attached to the Tangle. Now Alice sends 100 IOTA to Charlie. This is Alice's wallet after she has done this. Because address 1 was not attached, it is used for the unspent 400 IOTAs. Now Alice sends 100 IOTA to Dave. 100 IOTA is sent from address 1. 50% of address 1 private key is revealed. Now Bob sends 2500 IOTAs to Alice using address 1. As you can see over here, address 1 has 2500 IOTAs. Now Alice sends 100 IOTA to Carl. Again, 100 IOTA is sent from address 1, and again 50% of address 1 private key is revealed. And this is important. Address 1 is used twice for outgoing transactions, step E and G. So this is step E, where address 1 is used for outgoing transaction, and this is the second time where address 1 is used for an outgoing transaction. Address 1 is now compromised. Eve sends 2500 IOTA to Alice using address 1, while Alice goes on holiday. In step G, address 1 was compromised, and now address 1 has a balance. By brute force computing, hackers can try to find the complete private key and thus stealing the tokens from address 1. There is no 100% guarantee that the hacker will succeed. It all depends on how much of the private key is revealed and the computer power used. The seed and other addresses are safe. Only address 1 is compromised. Here is the same example, but now Alice does not make the same mistake. Here is the initial situation. Alice's wallet, address 0 has 500 IOTAs. Bob and Eve both want to pay Alice 2500 IOTAs. Alice creates two addresses and both addresses are attached to the Tangle. Alice gives address 1 to Bob and address 2 to Eve. Address 1 and address 2 are attached to the Tangle, as you can see over here. Alice sends 100 IOTA to Charlie. Because address 3 was not attached, it is used for the unspent 400 IOTAs. Alice sends 100 IOTA to Dave. Because address 4 was not attached, it is used for the unspent 300 IOTAs. Bob sent 2500 IOTA to Alice using address 1. As you can see over here, address 1 has 2500 IOTAs. Alice sends 100 IOTA to Carl. Because address 5 was not attached, it is used for the unspent 2400 IOTAs. Eve sends 2500 IOTA to Alice using address 2, while Alice goes on holiday. As you can see over here, address 2 has 2500 IOTAs. In this example, none of the addresses are used twice for outgoing transactions. Here is a demonstration why you should attach addresses to Tangle after a snapshot. An example with the wrong way and an example with the correct way. Let's start with the wrong way. This is the initial situation. Alice's wallet address 0 has 1 IOTA. Alice sends 1 IOTA to Charlie. 1 IOTA is sent from address 0. 50% of address 0 private key is revealed. Now a network-wide snapshot is applied. After the snapshot, Alice does not attach any address to the Tangle. Alice makes a mistake here. She should attach the same number of addresses she had before the snapshot. Bob wants to pay Alice 10 IOTAs. Alice creates an address and attaches it to the Tangle. Alice gives address 0 to Bob. As you can see over here, address 0 is attached to the Tangle. Bob sends 10 IOTA to Alice using address 0. As you can see over here, address 0 has 10 IOTAs. Alice sends 10 IOTA to Dave. Address 0 is now compromised. It is used twice for outgoing transactions. This is the first time when address 0 is used for an outgoing transaction, and this is the second time where address 0 is used for an outgoing transaction. Again, a network-wide snapshot is applied. After the snapshot, Alice does not attach any address to the Tangle. Carl wants to pay Alice 1000 IOTAs. Alice creates an address and attaches it to the Tangle. Alice gives address 0 to Carl. Address 0 is attached to the Tangle. Now Carl sends 1000 IOTAs to Alice using address 0 while Alice goes on holiday. As you can see, address 0 has now 1000 IOTAs. In step M, address 0 was compromised and now address 0 has a balance. By brute force computing, hackers can try to find the complete private key and thus stealing the tokens from address 0. There is no 100% guarantee that the hacker will succeed. It all depends on how much of the private key is revealed and the computer power used. The seed is safe, only address 0 is compromised. Now let's do the same steps again, but now Alice does not make the same mistake. This is the initial situation. This is Alice's wallet, address 0 has 1 IOTA. Alice sends 1 IOTA to Charlie. 1 IOTA is sent from address 0. 50% of address 0 private key is revealed. Now a network-wide snapshot is applied. After the snapshot, Alice attached the same number of addresses she had before the snapshot, so address 0 is now attached to the Tangle. Bob wants to pay Alice 10 IOTAs. Alice creates an address and attaches it to the Tangle. Alice gives address 1 to Bob. As you can see, address 1 is attached to the Tangle. Bob sends 10 IOTA to Alice using address 1. As you can see over here. Alice sends 10 IOTA to Dave. None of the addresses were used twice for outgoing transactions. Again, a network-wide snapshot is applied. After the snapshot, Alice attached the same number of addresses she had before the snapshot. Address 0 and address 1 are attached to the Tangle. Carl wants to pay Alice 1000 IOTAs. Alice creates an address and attaches it to the Tangle. Alice gives address 2 to Carl. As you can see, address 2 is attached to the Tangle. Carl sends 1000 IOTAs to Alice using address 2, as you can see over here. In this example, none of the addresses were used twice for outgoing transactions. When you use the IOTA Light Wallet, apply the following rules. For every receiving payment, always create a new address and attach this address to the Tangle before handing out this address. This address should only be used once. After a snapshot, attach the same number of addresses you had before the snapshot. These two rules will prevent you using an address more than once for outgoing transactions when using the IOTA Light Wallet. To use the same IOTA address to receive regular payments, for example an IOTA donation address, use the following procedure. Create a separate wallet by creating a new seed. Use this wallet only to receive regular payments and do not create any outgoing transactions from this wallet. When you decide to withdraw from this wallet, it is recommended to withdraw the complete balance. Once the complete balance is withdrawn, attach a new address to the Tangle and use this new address to receive regular payments again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions, leave your comments below. I'll do my best to answer them.